This is TWiT.
I have the Sony Xperia XZ2 Premium. Probably most people that would buy this phone would call it the Sony Xperia XZ2 Premium. Let's be real. But it's I literally just took it out of the box right before the show time.
Wow.
This is a lot of
Nokia
phone.
Lumia? Sorry.
So this doesn't. So by
That's
looking
what it looks
at
like
it,
on the back.
yeah, by looking at it, it doesn't look like a Sony phone, right? Sony has that very squared off look, and this really doesn't have that. Maybe from the front a little bit, but just kind of looks like more of a general black slab.
That's why I asked you what
edges.
it was. I had no idea it was a Sony phone.
Yeah, this is. I mean, this is almost, well, it's $1,000 basically. It's $999.
What?
This is an expensive phone. This is a really expensive phone.
Where is it being sold in America?
Yeah.
For $1,000? And it's not an iPhone 10?
Would you like to buy one?
For $1,000?
$1,000 is a lot for a phone, no matter how you slice it.
Yes.
We'll see. Well, and so one thing that differentiates on the Xperia XZ2 Premium, they're talking a lot about the camera performance in the sense that it has excellent low light performance. They say that these cameras have the world's highest ISO sensitivity for video recording beyond the human eye's capabilities even. The human eye can do ISO 1600. They say the XZ2 can do 51,200, which, so then, you know, they've attached, they're promoting a lot of really low light video shots that look really, really sharp, really nice in, you know, hardly any light at all. So I'm really excited to play around with it. Sony is known for its cameras. $1,000 is expensive.
For low light.
No doubt about it.
Come on. I mean,
you know.
Well, I guess you can tell us if it's worth any of that grand, any of that hundreds.
That's my plan. Even has a battery, a dedicated button for a camera. Yeah.
I thought it was a dedicated button for $100 bills.
Cha-ching,
I thought you were going to actually say
Yeah.
that you could slide out the battery, to which I was going to say, whoa.
Oh, yeah. You just crack the glass on the back and you're good to go. You can tell it's good at collecting fingerprints, but, you know, a lot of phones are these days now that they're doing glass all over and everything. But it's a nice feeling phone. It definitely feels substantial. Like, it's got a little weight to it.
Yellow.
So do we feel like Sony is poised to be like the most not improved but most potential carrier out there? Like, well, I'm trying to think of the right word, because they're available and they're looks like it's a very good phone.
They're on the market.
They're available.
Yeah, they're on the market.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, yet again, we come back around to Sony on this show, and it's not that their phones are bad. You rarely, if ever, see them in the U.S. There's some lacking, you know, and it's not like Sony is a brand that doesn't exist in the U.S. It does in other facets. But when it comes to phones, for whatever reason, you just hardly hear about them. You hardly see anybody getting really excited about them. And I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. Yes, you that are yelling at the screen saying, I love Sony phones. And I'm going to write to you. Please do. AAA@twit.tv. There are fans, of course, but just compared to the other phone brands in the U.S., Sony doesn't really get a whole lot of attention. In the US,
Sony's still got that camera, that camera pedigree.
Yes,
like people
absolutely.
know them as like Sony is the camera maker. They make lenses. This is what they're good at. And then, of course, the Walkman, but that like doesn't really exist. It's very interesting, though, to see Sony in this attempt to really come to the new world of tech.
Yeah, well, and
but $1,000.
But and what's funny is for the longest time there was no fingerprint sensor on their phones in the U.S. This has a fingerprint
even though
sensor.
it was built in, the hardware was there. It just wasn't available on the software.
And it was on every other phone. It was there on every other phone, but for Sony's it was not. So it's just weird little quirks like that. But it looks like they're kind of undoing those a little bit. This is a nice looking phone, and I'm excited to play around with it. So I will do that, and I will let you guys know what I think from there.